guys, this is Carol. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are talking rain boots, more specifically hunter rain boots. I have here quite a collection, although they are not all mine. I have ordered these 3 navy ones ahead of a trip that I have coming up, and then this one over here is a pair that I actually own. And so in my process of buying and trying out different styles, I figured I would do a video before I return the ones that I don't like. Starting with the original play short, this boot retails for $110, followed by the original play tall, which is this one over here, which retails for $120. Then we have the original tour short, which retails for $150. And lastly, we have the original tall, which is my own pair. And this one retails for $175. The reason why I bought all of these 3 new styles over here is because I was looking for 1, a navy pair of rain boots, but then 2, maybe a slightly more casual feeling or looking boot, being that I am going to be traveling to Venice in about a week and a half, fingers crossed, and it's rainy season over there. So I wanted to take a new pair of boots with me. So before we get started, these 3 over here are all in navy. This one, which is the pair I own, is in black, and all of them are a size 7. So they do tend to run a bit large. So I would recommend sizing down. I am normally a 7.5 in sneakers, a 6.5 in closed toe heels. And so these are 7 and they fit me perfectly. Granted, there's still a little bit of room, so it's not very tight, but it fits well with a pair of socks. Let's start with the shortest of them all. This is the original play short. And what really attracted me about this boot in particular, I guess this style, is this little tab over here. I thought it was so cute, and I especially loved how the tab matches the little detail here in the front that says Hunter. And I think it really does make this boot feel a little bit more playful, hence the name. And for me wanting kind of a more casual pair, I thought this was perfect. However, I will be returning this one because even though I like the idea of a shorter rain boot, I feel, and again, I have never owned a short pair like this one, but when I try it on, and I'm gonna show you guys what it looks like on, for all of these actually, I just felt that the opening over here is rather larger than what I would like. The fear that I have is that water could potentially get inside. And again, these are just my assumptions. I have not worn these. And so I very much recommend, if you do like short rain boot styles, all the hunter boots are very well made. And so this is not a video to dissuade you from purchasing this one in particular, but these are just my thoughts and the rationale for why I'm returning it. But if you do like it, then keep on watching because I'm gonna show you what it looks like. The boot is super smooth. The lines of it are very sleek. So there is some detailing here that adds a little bit of flair, but it's very subtle. And as I mentioned, we have here the Hunter logo in the front, which matches the little tab in the back here. And it does have somewhat of a heel, and the bottom has all these grooves so that you can keep traction on the floor. Although I do have a disclaimer, and I don't know if that applies to all of the hunter boots. However, having owned mine for like, I want to say maybe 6 years, they are a little bit slippery. Even though mine also has some grooves, which I'm going to show in a little bit more detail soon, I do have to walk slowly or be careful where I'm stepping because they are not skid proof. So don't be fooled that because, you know, there is some traction under here that you can just go sprinting on down a wet pavement because you may fall. I don't know, that's just my 2 cents on how sturdy they are on the wet pavement. So this is what the original play short looks like. These are the original play short boots. This is what they look like from above. And again, my concern is that the calf opening is a little bit too wide. And that because it's so short, rain would get in. Plus, I feel like whenever I walk with these, they almost want to come off my feet. And I just don't know if that's the feel you get with shorter boots, but it's definitely not as secure as the taller ones. Next, let's talk about the original play tall. This is pretty much like the short version, except it's taller, hence the name. And much like its shorter counterpart, we have here the playful tab, which I very, very much love, as well as the logo in the front with the red border, and also the thicker, or I guess wedged heel over here. And I say wedged heel because the original tour short and the original tall have a stacked heel, I think it's called, but you can clearly tell that the heels are different, and I hope you guys can see it, but the heels are different. And I feel like that is one of the major differences, honestly, about the different styles, or at least between the play and the tour and the original, is the heel style. Much like the short version, it also has some very sleek lines over here, and in the back as well. There's just this line going down with just the right pop of color, which I also think makes this for a very playful, fun, and casual rain boot. This is actually the pair that I am going to keep. And when I show you guys what it looks like on, I'm going to compare it against the tour short, because honestly, if you're looking for a mid-calf boot, these would probably be the best options, although there may be others, but for me personally, those were the two that I decided to try. And I'm gonna show you guys that the opening in the calf is slightly bigger on the tour short. And that was basically one of the reasons why I am not keeping this one in particular. And then also, again, this red tab is just ridiculously cute. So it just adds an extra bonus point for this style. But that is something to keep in mind if you're in the hunt for a new pair of rain boots, is really how wide you want your calf opening to be. And I understand that different people have different calf sizes. And honestly, the best way is to just purchase a few and try them on so that you can see what it looks like. That is why I ordered, in essence, 3 pairs, because I really wanted to compare and know that I was making the right decision. And just as a side note, honestly, I think if you're in doubt, I would rather personally purchase a few variations of a product or different, styles of a product, so that way I can be more certain that I'm making the right buying decision, rather than purchasing something to then later find out an alternative and then spend more money or not be fully satisfied with my purchase. So hence why I just love buying several types of the same thing or slight modifications of the same thing. These are the original plate tall boots. Now let's talk about the original tour short. Similar to the original tall, which is the pair that I own, this style comes with a buckle. The boot is completely smooth as well. However, it does have some of the designs along the sides, and they do look different than the play version. So again, here you have this togetherness in the play, that the lines kind of go over each other. And with the Tour, you do have a separation, much like in the heel over here. You have some detailing that is separate from the detailing in the back. The toe is very much the same, actually, in terms of looks. So it does have this almost like heart-looking top over here, which looks very much like the play one. So if you see from the top, the little dip over here is the same on both. And the back also has the line going down over here. So this is what it looks like with the buckle. The buckle has Hunter on its side. I don't know if you can see it. It's like over here. And so that's what it looks like. These are the original Tour short boots. Lastly, we have my oldie traditional tall. As I mentioned, I've probably had this boot for about 6 years. So the Hunter boots do tend to last a very long time. And for the most part, I mean, I don't want to say it's in pristine condition because there are definitely some scuffs and scratches on her. However, I think for 6 years plus, it's doing pretty well. One of the pairs actually might have a little hole in them. I don't even know if I would consider this a hole, honestly. It's like right over here. I don't know if you can even tell. And there is a scratch or a scuff right here on the side. But then again, she may look worse than what she is. I have not cleaned her, and I really don't. I mean, these are outdoor shoes that I only wear when it's raining, so maybe I should take a little bit better care of her, but she's doing pretty well. And she also does have the buckle over here on the side, similar to the Tour short. That's what she looks like. And I guess this buckle can be adjusted. However, I want to say it's more for decoration purposes. I've never really adjusted it. It's just kind of there, honestly. So unless I'm missing something, I'm not sure if it really adds any value, so please don't take my word on this. Maybe I'll even learn something if it's meant to, you know, be adjusted. But even if I pull on it, I don't know, I just feel like I don't think it would make much of a difference, honestly. It's not gonna make it, if it is meant to regulate itself somehow, I don't think it's gonna make this like a super tight fitting boot. And to be honest, when I first got this boot, I wasn't crazy about this because if you're crossing your legs on top of each other, or even I guess as you're walking by something, this could get stuck or caught. So I've accepted it now, but that was something that in the back of my mind when I first got it, I thought, do I really want this if it's just not adding anything to it? But here you have it. And the heel, similar to the original Tour short, it's separate, and the lines are pretty much the same here with the little separation. The toe also has the little, I want to say heart, but I don't know what it is, some waves or something on them, but that's what it looks like. These are the original tall. These definitely have the least calf space. They actually fit really, really nicely on my calf. I do still have maybe a finger's worth of space. And this is just with, I guess, the regular, whatever setting this is over here. So they fit my calf pretty nicely. This may pose a problem for anyone with thicker calves, so it's something to keep in mind for sure. how the original play tall compares with the original tour short. So the tour short is this one, play tall is this one. So as you can probably tell, this one has a wider opening in the calf. You can almost see my socks, I want to say, compared to the play tall, which also has some opening, but it's not as wide for my calves personally. All in all, I just feel like the play tall looks a little bit better. Comparing the two play boots, we have the short and the tall. This is what it looks like from up above. Honestly, I don't think that you can go wrong whichever style you go with. For me personally, that ended up being the play tall right here. But it's just personal preference because Hunter is a great brand. And so it all comes down to whatever you like most and what fits you best. But that's a wrap from my end, guys. As always, thank you so much for watching. Until next time, bye.